Gold has always had a strange power over humanity. Kingdoms have risen because of it. Empires have gone to war for it. And even today, beneath our digital currencies, our stock markets, and our modern banking systems, gold still glows in the background like an ancient, unbreakable truth. But what most people don't realize is that the world is in the middle of a silent conflict, a financial war that rarely makes headlines, yet shapes global power in ways we can't see. It is a war fought not with soldiers, but with vaults. Not with armies, but with reserves. This is the story of the secret war over gold. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to the moment when gold stopped being money, at least officially. For thousands of years, gold was the anchor of civilization's trade. It was scarce, it was stable, it was universally valued. But in 1971, President Richard Nixon shocked the world by severing the US dollar's last tie to gold. From that moment, the dollar became a fiat currency backed not by metal, but by trust. The trust that America was strong. The trust that its economy was resilient. The trust that its government would honor its debts. But the rest of the world didn't simply accept this new system without questions. Many countries wondered, if the United States could print unlimited dollars, what kept their value in check? What stopped America from quietly exporting inflation to the rest of the world? What prevented global imbalances from spiraling? As the decades passed, these concerns grew louder, especially among rising powers that were less willing to base their entire future on a currency they didn't control. And so, quietly, patiently, they began looking back toward history's oldest safe haven, gold. Gold has a unique role in global finance. Unlike dollars or bonds, it has no counterparty risk. No government can default on gold. No central bank can summon more out of thin air. It cannot be hacked, printed, or inflated away. And that is precisely why nations with long memories and long-term ambitions have been quietly hoarding it. China, Russia, India, Turkey, Kazakhstan, and others have spent years accumulating gold in quantities that were once unimaginable. China, in particular, has grown obsessed with it. While the US still claims to have the world's largest gold reserves, China is believed by many analysts to have far more than it publicly reports. It mines more gold than any nation on Earth. It imports gold through Hong Kong, Switzerland, even covert routes from Africa. The numbers on paper often hide more than they reveal. Why does this matter? Because gold accumulation is not just an investment strategy, it is a geopolitical strategy. It is a hedge against the power of the US dollar. For years, America has benefited from issuing the world's reserve currency. Countries trade in dollars. They save in dollars. They buy oil in dollars. And because of this system, the US can borrow money more easily and more cheaply than any nation in human history. Gold threatens that advantage. If enough countries shift reserves away from dollars and toward gold, the foundation of American financial supremacy begins to crack. This brings us to the quiet conflict unfolding today, a conflict over who controls monetary power in the decades ahead. When the US froze Russia's dollar reserves during the invasion of Ukraine, it sent shockwaves around the world. Central banks began asking, if our reserves can be frozen, seized, or weaponized, are they truly ours? The answer pushed many toward gold. Countries began accumulating at the fastest rate since 1967, when the world was still on the gold standard. Turkey dumped dollars and bought gold. China bought gold every month for over a year. Emerging economies bought so much that global demand hit a record. Meanwhile, the US insists that gold is irrelevant in a modern financial system, even as it guards more than 8,000 tons of it inside Fort Knox and the New York Fed, and that contradiction is the heart of the secret war. Publicly, gold is dismissed. Privately, it is protected. Publicly, nations trust the dollar. Privately, they stockpile the metal that can replace it. Publicly, the financial system looks stable. Privately, countries are preparing for a world where that stability fractures. This secret war is not just about reserves, it is about influence. Consider gold's growing role in energy markets. Several oil exporters have begun accepting yuan for oil. But to make those yuan credible, China quietly backs them with gold convertibility. Not officially, not openly, but enough to convince trade partners that the currency is more reliable than it used to be. Russia has taken this a step further by pegging parts of its domestic financial system to gold during times of crisis. And across the world, More nations are considering using gold to settle trade, bypassing the dollar altogether. Each of these moves chips away at America's monetary dominance. But the United States still holds powerful cards. Its financial system is deep and liquid. The dollar is still the currency of most global transactions. Its gold reserves, if truly intact, remain unmatched. And yet, the trend is clear. The world is diversifying away from the dollar faster than at any time in 50 years. Gold is no longer a relic. It is becoming a strategic weapon. The unsettling truth is this: monetary power is shifting, slowly, silently. The world isn't replacing the dollar overnight. But it is preparing for a world where the dollar is no longer the unquestioned king. That preparation is the war. A war fought with vaults, not battleships. With bullion, not bullets. With countries quietly building their safety nets and their independence one gold bar at a time. So the real question becomes, when the world is forced to choose between money that can be printed and money that cannot, which one will it trust?